Okay, so this is a follow-up to the last video I did, which was 747 Strangers in the Night, and I'm basically just going to go through the song now and show you how to play it. Just to sort of preface that by saying that the original track is not in standard tuning. It's somewhere between E flat and D. I suspect that probably they tuned to E flat and then the tape was very speeded down a little bit more to make it a bit heavier. I mean, it's just my guess, but it happened on a lot of those tracks back in the 70s. But for the purposes of this, we'll do it all in standard tuning, and I'll put a link to a version of the song which is also in standard tuning, where I basically altered the track so that you can play along with it without retuning your guitar. So we're going to do it in three parts. The first bit is the rhythm part, one of the rhythm parts, the main riff really that goes through the whole song, which is just power chords, and I'm playing these on the the fifth, the fourth and the third strings. Okay, you only really need those three chords, those three strings for these chords. So we start with an E up here at the 7th fret, and then down to a C at the 3rd, up to a D at the 5th twice, and then down to an A. That's the first time round, so it's E, C, D, D, A. Okay, then the second time round it's E again, C, and then C, D, E. Okay, so if I play that a little quicker, you'll be able to hear the riff more easily. So it's okay, that's basically all there is to it. E, C, E, C, D, D, A, and then E, C, C, D, E. There is a little extra kind of bit that comes in during the verse when the vocals come in, which is just a little rundown from G to F sharp to E, and I'll just show you how that fits in. So you've got the main riff, and then the you probably want to palm mute that a little bit, so just with the right hand, just to kind of deaden it a little bit. So that's essentially it for the main part of the song. That riff just goes straight through the song, and basically is played the same all the way through, and it's really the sort of backbone of the song. It's the main hook for the track, is that riff. But there's another little part in the what's sort of the chorus, I guess, because it's where the title of the song is, where the section where Biff's singing 747 Strangers in the Night, both on separate flights, Strangers in the Night going nowhere. That part, and that's an arpeggio, which is in D minor. So this is the second part, which is the I guess you can call it the chorus section, really. So it's D minor, but we're not going to play the second string. Okay, so you're only really playing the open fourth, the D, the A on the 3rd string, and the F on the 1st string. So you've got D, A, F, and then you just lift off, play the E, open E string, and back to the F again. So it's just D, A, F, E, F, and that just repeats through that chorus section, just that little arpeggio. Obviously you want to clean the tone for that, and then the main riff is with distortion. So those really are the two main rhythm parts of it. That's pretty much the whole song from that, from the rhythm point of view. So the third section, we're now going to look at the solos, and there's 3 on it. There's an intro, one in the middle, and an outro solo. The intro and the outro are basically the same, so we'll cover that as one. So they're all based on E minor pentatonic up here at the 12th fret, so with a couple of notes from the Dorian mode thrown in just to give it a bit of extra spice. So it starts with a bend on the 15th fret, releasing back down to the G, and then a bend on the 15th fret on the 2nd string, the first one on the 1st, and onto the 2nd string. So that's the first part. So it's all fairly basic descending pentatonic pattern with bends in it. So this next bit is 12th fret on your 2nd, on your 3rd. So 12, 12, 14 on your 3rd, 14 on your 4th, 14th fret on your 3rd again, and then back down to the 3rd string, 12th fret. So okay, and then you can always pause this and just go back over these sections. I'm just going to run through the whole thing. So just to recap that. So it's then 12, 15, 12, 15 with a bend, and you kind of cut the bend off. And then another bend on the 15th on the 1st string, which again, just cut that off. So we got going from the beginning. And you hold that bend, the last one on the 17th fret on the 1st string. Okay, and then come back down onto the 15th, 15, 17, 15. So big bend and sort of slow release. Not quite as slow as that, obviously, but just to give you the general idea. So we got. I'll do that a bit slower actually. Then we've got 17, 15, 17, and a bend on the 2nd string. And then a release, bend release, and a pull off to the 15th. So, so just going through from the beginning. And come back down onto the 14th and the 12th on the 3rd string. So bend, release, bend, release, and then we're going on to the 14th fret on the 4th string. So it's 14, 14, 12, 14, 12th fret on your 3rd string, back to your 14th. And then it's 14, 11, 12, 14 on your 3rd string with a bend. And then a 15th on your 2nd string with a bend in it. So and then this is where the Dorian bits come in. So we go 12, 14, 15, 17 with a bend, and it's that little bit that I think really adds the sort of colour to the solo, just those little extra notes that he throws in there. So 12, 14, 15, 17, bend, back to 17, 15 to 14, bend off. So So 12, 14, 15, 17, bend, back to 17. And we're just doing pull-offs, and then on the 15th and 14th frets. And then just to round it off, we've got a 12, 14, 12. So it's 12, 14, 12 on your 2nd and 3rd strings, down to the 12th on your 3rd string, 14 and then 12 and 14 on your 4th string, and then he does a little rundown. I think it's a bit difficult to hear, to be honest, because there's quite a lot of echo and it's kind of fading out a little bit, but it's 12th fret I think on the 2nd and 3rd, and then a run down from 14 to 12, 14, 13, 12, and then a sort of bend on the 10th fret on the 5th string. Okay, so that's the first solo, which is basically then just repeated on the outro as well. Okay, so now I'm going to do the second solo, which is actually a shorter one, and starts off just with some bends. Again, it's all E minor pentatonic at the 12th fret, so I'm going to start off with some bends on the 14th fret. So just whole step bends. And then so it's all just bends on the 14th fret, and then going down to the 12th and then back up to the 14th. And then 12th on your 3rd string, 14th on your 4th. Okay, and then we go up to the 17th fret on the 2nd string. So just whole step bends on that. And then 15 to 17 and another bend on the 1st string. So we got holds that for quite a long time. and then a bend release back down to the 15th, 15, 17, 15, 17, 15, and then it's just a little 12, 14, 12 on the second and third strings, and then I think it's just a 12 and a 14 on your third and fourth strings. It kind of gets a bit buried in the mix, but that's pretty much it. So we got okay, that's pretty much it for the second solo. So that's basically all there is to that song, and I'll put the link to the to a sort of retuned version of the track. So I've put it into standard tuning, and then you can play along to it without having to retune. Okay, so if you found this video useful, just please remember to like and subscribe. And if you've got anything you want to add in the comments, feel free to do so. Okay.